And welcome back to Sports the NEMO Way, the Bears episode.
Oh boy, here we go.
Drew's even got a Bears hat on for the occasion.
And my Monsters of the Midway.
Oh, Monsters of the Midway. I think we're gonna run out of. I don't think we're gonna have many monsters today, unfortunately, because I think when I think of Monsters of the Midway, I think of guys that aren't gonna play 7-on-7.
There's one of them. One of them will.
One of them will.
The other 6 will not.
Anyway, enough poking fun at Drew and his team. I have good news. Wade has returned. Woo! All 5 of us regular contributors are here today, plus 1. Guess who's back? Robert's back for I don't know how many episodes anymore. But he's been here a few times. So, welcome, Robert.
Yep, thanks for having me on. I think this is number 4.
Number 4. Okay.
Episodes. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Fair enough.
Celtics look pretty good, so
I'll
leave that. I'll leave
but
that
the Dolphins
there.
don't.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about
Well, I think the rest of us in the room, the way the NBA season's going, we don't want to talk to you about the NBA.
Yeah.
So
No.
we can talk to you about the NFL, though.
Well, some of us.
Well, I don't know how the Colts fans feel, but
Well, do we want to go into that? I don't.
anyway, I think that's all the housekeeping I have. But yes, we're here to talk about the Bears 7-on-7 team. We'll start off with the offense, and well, the person to my left doesn't normally start, so I'll ask you, Robert, are you prepared to start?
I think I'm ready. Yeah, are we starting at a quarterback?
Yeah, quarterback. Yes, sir.
There weren't a lot of options. And I didn't even think about Jay Cutler because he still owes the Dolphins about $10 million. So I went with Jim McMahon.
Okay.
With my guy.
I do really like Jim McMahon.
I do too.
Okay.
I don't have the stats pulled up for him, but he was obviously the quarterback for the 85 Bears in that dominant team.
Oh, Jim.
I mean, he's definitely the most lively quarterback of probably a lot of teams, not just the Bears.
He'll be the favorite guy in the locker room. Probably.
And there was one other old guy who I thought about putting on, but I just thought,
Hold Sid.
yeah, we're going with the 7-on-7. I thought that Jim kind of fit in better than Cutler, and that's who I went with.
I like it.
Well,
like Jim.
I'll say I did this pull up. He played 7 years in Chicago with a 57% completion percentage. He threw for a little over 11,000 yards, 67 touchdowns, and 56 interceptions. So I think you take the good with the bad there with old Jim.
When the Packers cheap shot in the year after the Super Bowl, his career went downhill. And he kept losing eyesight, I think, every year he played, too, as well.
Well,
his eyesight's not.
I can't remember what it was called now, but I watched a documentary years ago on CTE, and he was one of the main NFL contributors to it, and he talked about what it does to him. Like, he says it feels like his head is filling up, and the pressure builds and builds and builds, and he has to go get this treatment, and they have to. He's like, that's literally kind of what's happening. He's like, my brain, the cavity in my head starts to fill with fluid, and it causes too much pressure in my in his cranium, and then he has to go do this procedure where they drain fluid down the back of his neck. Yeah, it sounded just insane.
It's not good.
No, but he was volunteering himself for exploratory treatments and everything to try and get rid of CTE and stuff. So he seems he's suffering, but he's trying to help other people by trying to see what works and what doesn't. So,
So how many had Jim?
I think just Robert.
Just one.
Just
okay.
Robert.
We got a solo right off the bat.
Yeah, I like it though.
All right.
Yeah,
I might go to Jim McMahon.
yeah.
I like
yeah.
Jim.
Good.
All right, well, Drew, who do you have?
Well, I want my boy Jay Cutler.
Yeah.
Oh, Jay Cutler. Ray, did you have Jay?
I did.
Oh, we got 2 Jays.
He could sling the ball around. Little Jay.
Well, Uncle Doug and I told Drew who we were going with this week. So
Which makes no sense. Why would you pick him for this? It makes no sense. Whatever. Jay Cutler thought he could make every throw when he's on the field. He led the the league in interceptions twice. I remember watching those years. I'd be so mad at him, but he just didn't care. Jay Cutler could care less. He looked like he was high all the time out there, but he was just slinging the ball.
He might have been. Who knows?
Jay Cutler is my guy, though.
The amount of hits he took behind that offensive line, he might have needed to be high. Like,
He was living his best life.
It was cold in Chicago. He was getting hit. He needed to get away.
Yeah.
But no, yeah. I mean, Jay's a decent quarterback. I mean, it's not terrible, but it's not the greatest thing in the world. But
yeah, like almost 62% completion percentage in his 8 years in Chicago with 154 touchdowns with 109 picks.
yep, that sums it up.
Yep.
That's a little
How about
Cutler
his
for
time in Miami?
He had 1 year in Miami.
Then he decided to retire and keep his paycheck coming.
Smart man.
He is actually very. I mean, he went to Vanderbilt. I say he's the one that his wife tried to divorce him and take his money. Well, then he somehow got. What did he do?
Like froze the account.
Yeah, he froze the accounts like no one could get the money, so she couldn't steal his money.
I think I remember that. Yeah.
But yeah, no.
Did that like work? Like, did he end up keeping
Yeah, I think he kept all his money. Yeah, 'cause the divorce went through and whatever, and like he's got it all back now. I think. Yeah.
That's kind of baller.
I think he's with another supermodel or something.
Because he still got all that money.
Yeah.
That's right. Right. Woo.
All right. Well, you got anything else on old Jay Cutler?
No, not for now. I'm sure.
All right.
I could go over a lot of stories if we want.
Well, Uncle Doug, who do you have at quarterback?
I have Sid Luckman.
So do I.
Old Sid's in the Hall of Fame.
The only one that's in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah. 3 Pro Bowls, 5 All-Pros, 4 NFL championships, 52% completion percentage, 14,686 yards, and 137 TDs with 132 interceptions.
Oh, you think this is better than Jay Cutler?
So he's at least more touchdowns than interceptions.
Hey, winner, chicken dinner.
Yeah.
This guy probably doesn't know how to hold a football correctly.
He threw 137 touchdowns, Drew.
Yeah. And 14,000 yards. So.
Oh my gosh.
That was back when you could actually guard receivers too.
That's true. That's true. See,
Not just guard him.
And hit
thanks for that.
quarterbacks.
Although I will say the one thing that did surprise me about old Sid Luckman was for the time period he played in, he did not have any rushing yards.
Yeah, I was looking for that. I
Sid
couldn't
didn't
find
run the
it.
ball.
I thought, playing in the era he did, he would have a decent amount of rushing yards because they used to run like a lot of options and stuff. But
Yeah,
no, not so much.
No.
he punted.
He did
He's
punt.
also a
Yes,
runner.
he
Of
did
course he
punt.
did.
Yes,
So
that's a
there
very
you go.
important skill, Drew. They shouldn't be judging.
Hey, ask Robert. I used to punt in high school for us because we didn't have a punter.
Quarterback punt, rugby style.
Yeah. I had 150 yarder in there one time. Little breeze behind me. Defense didn't see it coming.
All right. Well, we only have one quarterback left, right?
Mhm.
All right. So Wade, who is your Bears quarterback?
I didn't know who to go with, so I just put Justin Fields down.
Oh, Justin Fields.
I mean, he's really athletic, so he has one thing going for him. I mean, he's not the greatest in the world.
I thought you might say Caleb, honestly.
I thought about it.
I didn't really know where to go with this one. I just thought he has one amazing trait, which is his athleticism. None of these other guys really have one amazing trait. So I went with the guy that at least has 1,000-yard rushing season. So, I mean, he threw for more touchdowns than interceptions, at least.
Yeah, I mean his 3 years in Chicago, he threw for almost 6,700 yards on 60% completion and threw 40 touchdowns and 30 picks.
But he ran for a couple thousand yards and I don't know how many touchdowns.
Yeah, he in his 3 years in Chicago, he ran for 2,200 yards and 14 touchdowns.
How many fumbles did he have, though? I remember seeing a lot. There's a lot.
If Sid Luckman's up there, it's going to be all right.
Yeah.
And Cutler and McMahon. This is quite the quarterback room.
It is.
These are the best for my franchise. It's not like we're just.
Yeah, now we're seeing why the Bears, have
Just-
troubles.
Justin Fields, while he was the Bears quarterback, went 10-28.
Wait, there's no need to remind me.
Oh goodness, that's funny.
Oh man, I need to see these. Let me see how many fumbles he had, because I swear every game he fumbled on the game-winning drive when we had a chance.
Oh, they gotta be on here somewhere.
Fumbles can be hard to find sometimes.
Oh my, he got sacked 55 times in 15 games.
Oh, he had 38 fumbles.
I think.
Ooh,
I think
3 years.
lost fumbles or just fumbles?
It just says fumble. I don't have lost one. It
Oh.
just says fumbles.
that sounds about right. Well, Caleb's been sacked, I think, over 60 times this year.
And Justin Fields has a 55 and a 44, but he didn't play the full season either time. The one he pretty much did.
Yeah, for his career in Chicago, he had 38 fumbles, and he led the league one year with 16. 12, 16, and 10.
That's a lot.
Double-digit fumbles every year.
That's a lot of fumbles.
No way, he got MVP votes one year?
Even ninth in MVP in
Is
2022.
that the year he ran for 1,000 yards?
Probably, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't realize he got MVP votes. It's crazy.
Well, we shouldn't say votes. It might have just been one. You never know.
I mean, running for 1,100
One
yards
vote?
and 8 touchdowns
Yeah.
is pretty impressive.
But I guess he's listed alphabetically ahead of Derrick Henry, Justin Herbert, Tyreek Hill.
Yeah, he's a QB and he gets special points.
It is true. Like
All
war.
right.
Yeah.
If you're a quarterback, you get a point.
You start off a little higher than everybody else. Well, we made it all the way around the room, didn't we? Just naming quarterbacks.
Almost. We just got Ray left.
I already named mine.
No, I mean, like, we almost made it all the way around the
Oh,
room by
right,
just
yeah.
doing QBs. So, Ray, do you have a non-QB for us?
I do. His name is Alshon Jeffries, the wide receiver.
I also have Alshon.
I have
do
Alshon.
too.
I have
So do I.
Alshon, yeah.
For sure.
So that's what, 5 out of 6 or 6?
I think
I think we
six.
all-
Yeah.
Okay.
all six of us,
Yeah.
yeah.
Old Alshon.
Well, how about that?
Yeah, I like Alshon.
He was hold on here. Alshon. He was there for like what, 4 years?
Yeah.
5 years. Almost 5,000 yards, 15 yards reception, 26 touchdowns. Pretty solid receiver. He went on to what, Philadelphia and won a title.
That's true.
Yeah. One
Moving
Pro
on up.
Bowl.
There's just no need for that.
I mean, if you want to win, you don't stay in Chicago.
Wow.
I cannot wait for the Dolphins episode. Man.
I mean, I was just sitting in my house the other day listening to the podcast, and I listened to Ray just attacking Jimmy in the Brown.
He did. He went at Jimmy
I was
hard.
just like, oh my goodness.
I know. I had to backtrack and apologize midway.
Someone called
I
him
will
Hammer.
say, though, I have not heard from Jimmy about it.
I haven't either.
Probably 'cause Jimmy hasn't listened to it.
Maybe he's falling behind. Maybe.
I did ask Mom the other day how far behind she had fallen. She's just now starting the NBA duos.
Yeah, she actually just told me that a little bit ago.
Well, that's not too far back.
I was wondering if he was like baseball or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not terrible.
I get. Yeah. Where's boy? How? Yeah, I guess she's a little bit behind.
I think because there should be. Well, how many episodes of duos did we do?
What,
50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s.
Like 15?
2000s, 2010s,
Nah, it wasn't that
2020s.
many.
8, so and then so nine
Oh,
episodes.
9.
That's not as many as I thought, I guess. Only 9 of those.
Yeah.
And then however many football ones we've done. Anyway, we got sidetracked. You got anything else on Alshon?
No, I don't think so.
All right. Well, I'm going to go with easy, low-hanging fruit here. I have Walter Payton on this team because regardless of how many receiving yards he has, he's too great of a player to be left off.
Right.
So I'm guessing
Walter
6.
catch the ball. So, yeah.
Yeah, Walter had 4,538 receiving yards, which I feel like is a lot for a running back. I don't know
That's
what,
a good amount.
Yeah.
like over 13 years.
Shoot, I got something on. I can tell you.
15 touchdowns. I mean, and he played quarterback some too. So I mean,
Say,
maybe Walter could be our quarterback.
Make him the quarterback, yeah.
Oh, God.
shoot, I've got. Jeez.
We could do
Maybe.
worse.
Just run the Wildcat, baby.
One second. I think Walter's like top 10 or maybe might even top 5 all time. Oh, he's 4th in receiving on the Bears list.
In franchise history?
Yeah.
Oh,
There we go.
Man, it's amazing
Is that
and
yards or
pathetic at the
catches?
same time.
He's 4th all time in receiving yards, I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
well, my pick wasn't even nearly as bad as I thought it was. So, I mean, I wasn't gonna be embarrassed for putting Walter on the team, but I mean,
you thought that was gonna be a bad pick?
I didn't think it was gonna be a bad pick. I should say. I just thought like like we put Jim Brown on because we're like he's too great of a player to leave off the Browns, and so I didn't even look up Walter's receiving stats before I put him on there. I was like Walter's going on the team, and I just put him on there. So
Yeah.
Sweetness.
Oh yeah.
I mean, in my opinion, he's the greatest running back of all time. So I wasn't going to leave him off whatever franchise he played for.
I
So
think everyone in here had him at 1 or 2.
yeah.
It was either him or Barry. Was everyone's number one pick.
And we put Barry on.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
Walter could catch the ball better than Barry could.
I think you're right. All right. Well, I think that pretty much wraps up our Walter conversation there, and we're back to Robert. Robert, who you got for another weapon for Sid Luckman?
I think this guy was a little after Sid Luckman. I went with a tight end. I went with Mike Ditka.
Yeah.
I also had
I did
Ditka.
too as well, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In
Oh,
6
shit.
years in Chicago, he had 316 catches, 4,500 yards, and 34 touchdowns. His rookie season, he had 12 touchdowns, and then he didn't have more than 8 after that.
He also had 1,000 yards his rookie year too.
Mhm. Yeah, I'd say it was a while before another tight. That was in 1961. I'd say it was a while before another tight end did that.
Yeah, I mean, he was, probably the best tight end of his time.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Probably one of the first great receiving tight ends
Yeah.
at that time in
Mhm.
NFL history, probably at that
He's
time.
kind of considered the first great receiving tight end, isn't he?
I think so.
As well as
Him, and then Mackey came right after him.
Yeah.
and like
Mackey for the Colts.
Yeah.
Kellen Winslow will be soon then. How early?
No,
How early?
Winslow's a little later.
What?
Mackey and
Mackey and
was
Ditka were 50s, 60s, right?
yeah 60s.
Oh, Mackey's the Mackey Award. Is that who that's named after?
Yeah. He played
He
with
was tight end
Unitas.
for the Colts when they won the Super Bowl.
I know I'm talking about like for college. I'm guessing that's
Yes. Yes, it's named for him.
Learn something new every day. All right. Well, we have us a tight end and a running back, guys. I assume maybe we'll have some more receivers at some point, but Drew, let us know.
well, I have more receivers, but I'm gonna keep it away from the receivers again. There's another running back, my
Yeah.
boy Matt Forte.
Yeah.
Yep, I have Matt too.
So do
I love old Matt.
He was really good for a little bit.
He was.
He'd catch the ball as well. Let me pull up some.
He was
stats.
great at catching the ball.
I loved old Matt Forte.
very good.
So who all got Forte? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay.
In his time in Chicago, he had 86 rushing yards, and then let's see, where's receiving? He had over 4,000 yards receiving.
And how many years?
8 years.
Oh, that's pretty good.
He had 487 catches, 19 receiving touchdowns. He averaged 8.5 yards of reception out of the backfield. I thought like the Bears, obviously. I mean, we've had some decent receivers, but I thought like both running backs, probably our 2 best running backs of all time. They could both catch the ball phenomenally.
I think
I
there's
think out of the backfield.
I think there's some Gale Sayers fans that just said blasphemy.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Old Gale. But
But I hope old Mike Tyler doesn't listen. That's all I got to say about that.
for you, Drew.
I love Forte.
Forte was good.
He was able to stay healthy, unlike other people.
Didn't he have a couple monster catch seasons? Like it's just some really high reception seasons.
Yeah, he had 102, 63, 57, 51, 52, 74.
Would have been a nice fantasy running back.
102, a
Yeah,
74.
102 with 808 yards receiving and 4 touchdowns.
That's a badass receiving running back. And
And he had over 1,000 yards rushing that season too. So he
Yeah.
had 1,800 yards from scrimmage.
When McCaffrey's healthy, how many catches does he have a season? Or maybe he's just an anomaly, but
I think he's
around
varied
that.
from team to team. He had some super high ones with Carolina a couple years, didn't he? Like
Another guy that had some big
80s.
catch seasons is LaDainian Tomlinson.
Yes, He did
Oh,
too.
yeah.
McCaffrey, 2 years in Carolina, 107 and 116.
Ooh. Damn.
Yeah.
He's up there.
I didn't know he had two like that. I knew he had one. But
His
I mean,
biggest season.
McCaffrey's biggest question is always health. It's never what he
Yeah.
does once you put him on the field.
because he's smaller than all of us. He's tiny.
Yeah.
Like he's not in NFL standards. He's just not a very big guy.
But I went with old Forte. I thought both those running backs could easily like put them out in the slot and do just weird things with them.
Yeah.
I mean, so
Fair
with
enough.
him.
All right, Uncle Doug, do you have another player for us?
I do. Brandon Marshall.
I also
Yeah.
have Brandon
Yep,
Marshall.
old Brandon Marshall.
Me too.
So what's that, 5? Alex
Yeah,
got him?
I don't.
Yeah,
have
I got him.
Yeah, I got him.
So 5 out of 6. All right.
Interested is Robert Scott over here.
Say Brandon didn't have a long career in Chicago, but he played well when he was there. 279 receptions for 3,500 yards, averaged 12.6 yards per catch, 31 touchdowns. He was also, let's see, made the Pro Bowl twice while he was in Chicago and was All-Pro once.
I'll
First
tell
team
you,
All-Pro.
that receiving core that they had, I don't know if it was just 1 year or a couple years they had in Chicago where it was Marshall, Jeffrey, and Bennett playing tight end. Like their shortest guy was like 6'4",
Yeah.
and they were just. And I remember who was quarterbacking for them at the time got hurt, and they brought in like Cade McNown, and he was just throwing jump ball after jump ball, and like won a few games in a row, and everybody's like, "What is this?" I'm like, "No, it was just like, oh my guy's 6'5", I'm gonna throw the ball up like that, like this. He's not doing anything phenomenal."
That's one of the years Jay Cutler gets hurt.
Oh, was it
Yeah,
it might
and
have
one
been
of the
Cutler.
McCowns come in.
Yeah,
Yeah, lobbing it and then throwing the ball out the back for the Forte. I mean, that's what
Yeah.
those teams were doing.
I always liked Brandon Marshall, even though he was kind of a head case.
He
Yeah.
was actually a beast for a while.
Mhm.
was.
He was a monster.
Well,
And
he was-
open about the head case stuff too.
Yeah.
I mean, he came out and said, I need some support,
Mhm.
and
He's been a
So-
big mental health advocate. Since then.
he is.
But he was another guy that wasn't just tall, like he's 6'5", but he was like 240 or something. Like he was a big, he was a big
could
guy.
run, too.
Like yeah, like
I bet he had
Yeah.
a good 7,000 or 8,000 yard seasons.
He's listed at 6'5", 232.
that's lighter than I thought he would have.
And
He's got 8
overall, he had 12,000 yards, 970 receptions for his career. He had years of 102, 104, 101, 118, 100, and 109.
He had
Yeah.
8,000 yard seasons.
I mean, his numbers are better than some other guys that are in the Hall of Fame. I mean, just saying.
He had 2 seasons above 1,500 yards.
Yeah. So, I
Yeah.
mean,
But I don't know. They're weird about wide receivers.
Wide receivers in the Hall are a mess.
Yeah.
All right, well I think we're back around to Wade here.
Yeah.
Wade, you got a player for us here?
I just put the best offensive player they had left, and that was Gale Sayers.
Oh, no,
Yeah, I had
another
Gale
running
as
back.
well.
I know it's 3 running backs, but he's one of those guys you just got to find a way to get the ball in his hands, and he's going to make something happen.
That's what I said about Joshua Cribbs, and nobody would follow me.
yeah.
Oh, boy.
You know, the greatest
Yes.
return man of all time. I mean,
He had a lot of return yards.
We got to relax. Not on the Bears episode, Alex.
I had to bring it up in the Bears episode.
It's just not the best.
I had Gale Sayers too.
I just
Okay.
thought it's Gale Sayers. I mean, you just get the ball in his hands. He's a big play guy. That's what he does best. In a 7-on-7 setting, it's going to be more open for him to run. I feel like he could be unstoppable in 7-on-7. Just get him the ball somewhere. But yeah.
No, I mean, I think we've talked about Gale Sayers in a couple of different episodes for this podcast, and nobody doubts his talent or his, football skills. It's just how short did he do it?
Yeah.
What's the name of the movie he's in?
Brian's song.
Yeah.
I watched that for the first time the other day.
Oh, really?
Yep, it was pretty good.
That was
It's a good.
that was required watching in high school for us. Like it was like in our English class. We had to read the book and watch the movie.
It's a good movie.
It is a good movie.
Kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How everything happens. Yeah.
It's super sad.
Oh, it
Yeah,
is. Very
like-
sad. Yeah, on both sides.
Yeah,
Gale
both sides, yeah.
Sayers and Brian Piccolo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah,
it's whoa.
absolutely. All right. Well, now I think we're around to Ray. Ray, what you got for us, man?
And with my final pick in the trash draft, my pick is Allen Robinson.
Oh, I also have Allen Robinson. Yeah.
Sweet.
He was good.
All right, shoot.
Mm-mm.
Mm-mm. Is that what I heard down there? Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
No.
Well, at some point, we have to put another receiver on this team.
Yeah.
I've got another one.
All right.
Yeah. Whatever he's going.
Oh.
He is.
That's my boy.
He was on Chicago for 4 years. He played 57 games, started 54. Targets of 465 and caught 293 of them. 3,561 receiving yards, 12.2 yards per reception, and 18 touchdowns. Had one Pro Bowl, which was on the Jaguars. So yeah, solid stint, you know. That's a presidential campaign.
Yeah. Old Allen.
Beast.
Just a monster. I fucking love him.
Oh, man. That was great. So it was just me and Ray for that?
Yeah.
Man, you guys got to get together over here. Like, what are we doing?
No.
We are gonna end this with 2-2-2. 2 Sayers, 2 Robinson, and 2's.
Oh, I got
still
a
have
player
two
player
players.
left.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
I got
Never mind.
one left.
I've got one left. Yeah.
I think I'm done.
Well, I just went with the obvious pick here, and I went with Johnny Morris, who's the Bears' all-time leader in receiving yards.
Because no one else
That's my
stays
one other
there.
player.
Get out of here.
No.
Drew looks so disappointed that I picked their all-time leader in receiving yards.
Dude, Walter Payton's fourth all time. It don't matter who's at the top of this list.
This guy probably stayed 9 years longer than everyone else.
Oh, man.
So who all had Morris?
I did.
I
So,
did.
so 2.
Yeah.
So too.
All
He
right.
played 10 years in Chicago. He has a total of 5,000 receiving yards.
What did you say his name was again?
Johnny Morris.
Oh no!
He's on your team.
It's Johnny Morris.
It's
my,
Johnny Morris,
my
dude.
5'10", 180-pound halfback from Chicago.
Oh my God.
Jeez. He's a halfback, dog. A halfback.
He's not even top 3 all time in franchise history.
Oh, man.
Oh my God.
Where has this episode gone?
So I just
The only
I
John.
have to educate Drew on his own franchise, I guess. You know.
I thought you had a Bears book at the house.
I am the Bears, but
Apparently not tonight.
oh, I am. I know who I got left.
Ray, you gotta be kind of nice for when the Colts episode comes around.
Yeah, just wait for the Colts episode.
Oh, yeah. I still remember the Reggie Miller episode, so I don't even care anymore.
Ray, I put him on my list. That was Alex.
Oh, I know.
It's okay. We'll get Alex back because we won't have an MVP to talk about in the Eagles episode.
It's true. It's true. It's true.
Oh, shoot.
All time I yard like how we guy. just spread, just start talking around the entire room, just sprinkle in everyone.
It's like peanut butter
Hey.
on a piece of bread.
Hey, just last second, like, hey, and fuck you too, Alex.
Yeah, I didn't do anything. I was sitting over
And
here.
Alex is like, okay.
I put your all-time leader receiving yards on.
You
the
brought
list.
up
You act
You-
like I said something
You
bad.
keep bringing up Cribs when we all know Devin Hester's the GOAT. You even said it like a year and a half ago. Oh,
And
God.
I'm not gonna give up that hype train until you come see the light on Tom Chambers. I mean,
Okay.
It all comes back to like episode 2.
It was episode 2.
All because he won an All-Star Game MVP.
Yep.
Yeah.
The greatest All-Star game of all time.
Magic,
I forgot that was a real angle you went for.
because he was catching lobs from Magic. Magic could get anybody lobs.
That was my point. That was the whole point I was making.
Oh no, here we
That
go.
was the whole point I made. You made my point for me.
Again, I didn't have James Worthy. Someone else did. The person that agreed with you.
Yeah, because that man could shoot and he could pass. So, whatever.
Big game,
Anyway.
big game, James.
Look at the fucking laundry list of Bears up here.
We're not
We got
done
at
yet.
least 2 more.
We got at least 2 more, guys. Yeah.
Spit it
Oh,
back.
my
All right,
God.
Robert, who you got, buddy?
Well, I'll just say Devin Hester because I think Drew's got him too.
I don't.
You don't have Devin?
Oh,
But you put him on there.
That's
But
what
you put him on. You
That's
opened
what I
the,
thought,
thinking
Drew.
you were
Yeah,
gonna
that's
take.
what I thought too.
you opened the door for me, so now I can.
I had the same thought with Gale Sayers, like that we were saying earlier.
Wow.
Like it's just he's such a good athlete. I had to put him on my.
The thing is, the
On
Bears
the list.
tried, and we could never get it to work. The defense just had to get stopped, so we would punt the ball to him. Because the Bears did try. The Bears tried to put him at receiver and do stuff, and it just.
Yeah, he's no Joshua Cribbs. I mean,
Oh, okay.
Cribbs actually caught the ball and gained yards. I don't know. I mean, in fairness, neither one of them are no Cordell Patterson, but
We need to print out some shirts. Crips has to go.
No. No.
hey,
Oh, no.
hey, I'm still the only one with a Pud jersey, so I feel like I've been let down by the Pod.
I think mine got lost in the mail.
I never ordered it. Because I ain't ordered mine.
Oh, gosh.
Hey, by the way, Drew, I know we're right before Christmas, but I really did try my ass off this year to get you a Tom Chambers jersey for Christmas, and I just couldn't find one.
I also looked.
If you guys would have found an old Supersonic one, I probably would have wore it. Their old Supersonic.
a Supersonic jersey would be so cool. No matter who it was.
That's what I'm
it would just
saying.
be
If you
cool.
got, I
Yeah.
totally would have wore that. Like that's the old Supersonic jerseys
I
are
was
cool.
going just like a shirt.
Yeah.
Or like just anything. And all
Yeah.
I could really get was like cards.
Yeah, me too.
That's why I
yeah.
kept coming across with just cards. I
Yeah.
couldn't really find any other like memorabilia or anything either. But
Hmm.
yeah, you almost had Tom Chambers Christmas,
No,
but you lucked out because apparently no one else likes him. So.
my point's proven.
For
All
now.
right. Well, I think. Do you have anything to say about Devin Hester?
Well, I'm the only one who voted for him.
He's the goat.
All right. Well, Drew, who do you got, buddy?
Got my boy DJ
Oh,
Moore.
okay. All right.
DJ
I don't even
Moore,
have
okay.
him. I still have one more.
You have another one?
No, I'm done.
Oh, you're done.
Well, DJ, this is his second year with the Bears. His first year had 1,300 yards, 8 touchdowns. So far this year, he's got like 750 with 5 touchdowns. He's our number 1 receiver. I like DJ. It's another. He's just one of our better receivers, like all time, just like talent wise. I mean,
Drew, he's not even top 20 all time on the.
he's played a year and a half.
Drew,
Let him
Drew,
be.
you just made fun of my number 1 all time. You can't bring on.
By the end of it, he could be. We re-signed him for like 5 more years. So by the end of it, hopefully he is.
Funny part is DJ Moore could play like 3 more seasons and catch that guy.
That's what I'm saying. He could catch him by the end of his contract. I like DJ, and I thought the receiving core of DJ Moore, Alshon Jeffrey, and Brandon Marshall would be kind of nasty.
Yeah.
But so I went with old DJ.
Well, all right.
All right, Robert, bring us home.
Holy. Well, I was looking at the Bears all times leaders in receiving yards, but I was looking at the wide receivers.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So I put Harlan Hill on mine.
Yeah, I looked at
Okay.
Harlan Hill.
Yeah.
And the D2 Heisman is actually the Harlan Hill Award. I didn't know if you got for like D2
Oh,
football.
okay.
So I thought that was kind of cool too. But so I'm maybe a little bit impartial. To
I
him
was
'cause
not aware of that.
because I played Division II football. But I mean, over 9 years from 1954 to 1962. He had 4,717 receiving yards and 40 touchdowns. So, I mean, probably not quite the athlete as Alshon Jeffrey, but
Yeah.
I mean, he had seasons of 5 and 3 and 7 receptions. I mean, hey,
that was near the end of his career.
No, I mean, we're done now, right? We have all of
Yeah.
our Bears.
Yeah,
Okay,
how many
how
we
many-
got?
We got
Okay.
scroll. We got 4 quarterbacks. That's when you know it's bad.
Hey, we have 4 running backs.
Oh my gosh.
Oh God. Okay.
Wow.
Well, we've got
Morris is
3 guys.
12.
All right, scroll down. Right, scroll down.
15.
Yeah,
That's
15.
the most we've ever had.
Oh yeah.
1, 2, 3 unanimous.
Should we pick a quarterback first?
So
Well, I can clean it up real fast. You can take my Harland Hill and move it to Brandon Marshall, and that'll put Brandon
Okay.
Marshall on.
That's a good move.
That's a good move.
Brandon
Yeah, I appreciate
Marshall,
that.
okay.
That works.
So we have 4 guys. Then we have Jeffries,
Walter.
Ditka, and Marshall. So we have all hands people in so far.
All right.
Do we want to try and work on the quarterback?
I mean, does anyone have a super strong feeling on? Is anyone like?
Yeah,
stuck
I have
on
a
the
super
quarterback?
strong feeling. I have the only Hall of Famer on the list. I feel like
It's just not going to be Sid Luckman. He'll be here a while. It's just not being. It's just not him.
Drew, you cannot like hate on like the only offensive Hall of Famer you have outside of Walter Payton.
Drew. How against would you be if you and me jump ship to Robert with Jim McMahon?
Oh, I'd rather have Jim McMahon than Sid Luckman.
I'll go to McMahon if you'll go.
So that deletes Fields, right?
Yeah.
All right.
So
Yeah, Fields is off no matter what.
So you changing regardless, or are you trying to make a deal before I delete this player?
Well, I'm not gonna keep Fields, so you can put me on
Okay.
McMahon.
now we're at 2 and 2.
2, 2, and 2.
Oh my god.
Hey, but we deleted 2 players so far. We're on our way.
Yeah,
We're
we're
down to
getting there.
13.
See if we can fit them all on one screen here in a second.
Yeah, shortly. Maybe an hour from now.
Oh gosh.
We do have 4 running backs.
Yeah.
Okay, so Walter's in, right?
Yep.
Forte's got 4, Sayers got 2. Who's the other one that has 2? Morris?
Morris,
Okay.
you know, the all-time leader in
Yeah.
receiving yards.
That guy.
Drew, I'm bringing up all the all-time greats for your franchise. You're acting like I'm a
No.
bum. Like I don't
All-time
even
great is a loose term for some of these.
Drew, they do not let bums in the Hall of Fame. You have a Hall of Fame quarterback.
Probably let in before. Some of these guys were even born on this list.
Maybe it's just a loose term for the Bears.
The Jets are going to be way worse later when we get to.
The Jets have Aaron Rodgers, the owner of the Bears. How
No.
Hey,
Here we go.
Oh, boy. Here we go.
There we go.
there we go.
I knew it was going to be ugly tonight.
Oh my. What are we gonna do?
Well, I'm the only one with Devin Hester, so I can drop him and go somewhere. I'm just not sure where to go, I guess. because if I go to Matt Forte, I now have 3 running backs I'm voting for. And
I'm voting for
Sayers.
3.
All right, take me off of Devin Hester and put me on Matt Forte.
Yeah, I got Forte, Walter, and Sayers.
I think that leaves me with the only person not on Forte.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So we have no ones left, correct?
DJ
no, we have
Moore.
DJ Moore. Okay.
That's my guy. We'll be there a little bit with old DJ. I like DJ.
Drew has a lot of very strong opinions, but they're all wrong. I don't understand.
That's just not true.
Ray, you got any thoughts back there, man?
Not really, because all my players are getting in, so I'm just kind of sitting back here, waiting for somebody to make some moves.
Well, we have 4 players in, correct?
Yeah.
And I had all 4 of them, so I'm not like really off base here.
Yeah, I'll say I've got all 4
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
So you're the only non-Forte?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you think this Morris guy is better than Matt Forte?
He just did it. I don't know what to tell you, man. Like he just
Well, has he
Be
ever
so
had,
for
like,
real. Be so for real.
2 touchdowns in a season like Gale Sayers?
Over 2,000 yards from scrimmage.
Gale Sayers had almost 2,500 yards.
That one season was nuts.
Yeah, for all-purpose yards one year. I mean,
I'm about to put Walter at quarterback.
I'm thinking about that too. Well, I will come off Morris and go to Sayers.
Awesome.
I'll go with the 3 running backs because
Well, I think those 3 running backs, any of them could play receiver, honestly.
Okay.
Like,
yeah.
You could line, like, All three of them you can line up in the slot, for being honest.
Okay, I'll come off Morris and go to Forte and get Forte in.
Alright, so Forte's in there.
Screw it. I'll go to DJ and go to Sayers.
You're getting off DJ
Go.
Yeah, that's fine.
after that big ridiculous rant.
Oh, yeah. That's my guy. Does anyone know DJ's real name?
I do not.
Deniston.
Deniston?
Deniston.
See, yeah, you should have never even. Where'd you say you were taking him to?
Sayers.
Deniston.
So
Yeah,
Sayers is up to 4.
Good thing you said DJ is a short name.
That's why I didn't tell you to try and spell
So
Deniston.
that has to mean that Ray and I are the only ones without Sayers now because we both had Robinson.
Robinson, yeah.
So if you guys come to Sayers, then we just got to decide on a quarterback.
I'm gonna need something from Drew.
For what?
I'm gonna put.
No. No, you don't need nothing from me. Good Luckman is not slinging the ball around from the 40s. It's just not happening. Alshon will just walk off the field. Brandon Marshall will have an attack.
Who else
Hey,
had? Who
let's
else
be
had-
honest. There's a
Walter-
chance of that happening no matter who the quarterback
Walter will take the ball away from him and throw it himself.
At least Sid Luckman can show those wide receivers his rings and be like, "Listen, motherfuckers, do what I do." But not when Jay Cutler and Jim McMahon, they might just take him out back and beat shit out of him.
Probably give him some good stuff to calm him down.
McMahon's got a ring.
Yeah, I was saying McMahon has a
Man's
ring.
got a ring.
Who else had Jay Cutler?
Me.
Okay, I'm gonna move to Sid Luckman.
Oh, no.
I'm going to McMahon.
Oh, no.
Hey, we got rid of a quarterback.
We're just not putting Sid Luckman at quarterback. We're just not.
Oh,
Oh, man.
We're just
I like how.
Hey Ray, I like it. I
Yeah.
like it.
McMahon wouldn't even be on the list if I wouldn't have brought him here tonight.
No, it'd been Jay Cutler then. Because I'm not putting Sid Luckman. He's not good. He was on those teams, but he didn't do it. No. Just no. Why do you guys think
Hey,
he should be
I don't,
on there?
I don't think I don't think we can get away with saying he did nothing. He's a 5-time All-Pro.
What are the other quarterbacks in that decade besides Otto Graham?
It's a great question.
We don't know him.
Was that when Y.A. Tittle played?
Who?
About the same time?
Could be. Could be.
That sentence is the point. Is it when Y.A. Tittle played? I mean, yes, it probably was.
We know the two
Okay,
main guys
okay,
from that era.
Okay, but hold on. Let's go. Let's name all the great quarterbacks of the '80s and see how long it takes us to get to that guy. I bet we go a long ways.
Well, I mean,
I'm just saying.
Jim could sling the ball better than old Sid.
Well, I like McMahon better than Cutler. Just because he got the Super Bowl.
Again, Jim didn't do anything. We're being honest.
Well, I mean, Jim threw the ball. He threw a decent long ball to Willie Gault.
That's
But
not.
I thought about putting Willie on here.
Yeah, I mean, in fairness,
And they also had, what's the possession receiver? Still on the radio in Chicago.
I don't know that.
What was his name?
Yeah, I have
Can't
no
remember his
idea.
name now. I figured you'd know, Drew.
I'm trying to remember. You know, when you quiz me on the 85 Bears, receivers aren't the first ones that come to mind.
That's fair. That's fair. Yeah.
Especially the number 2 receiver.
okay, he quickly went to Sid Luckman to apply pressure there, Ray.
I did. I had to. It's called a
I saw
chokehold.
you swoop in there like a ninja and just.
Yeah.
I respect it.
Yeah. It's called a device. Advance the story.
Oh goodness. They're gonna try and make Jim McMahon our quarterback or something.
Oh yeah.
These options suck. This is great.
Oh, we do that before the episode started.
I think I was thinking of Dennis McKinnon.
Hey, I did look up in the 1940s quarterback numbers. Sid Luckman threw for the most yards in the 1940s by almost 3,000 yards.
Good for him.
Over Sammy Ball.
Did the football even have laces then? Like,
That's what I'm saying.
He might be throwing a completely different ball at this point.
That's true. It would probably been harder because he didn't have laces to grip.
Okay.
So,
Answer this.
We're not screwing Drew's team over by putting a quarterback from the 40s on.
dude, you act like whoever we put's a huge step up. Come on, bro.
Jay Cutler threw to these guys. I mean, he threw to 3 of the
The
guys
guy
on
was
my
gone.
team.
That's history.
They must have won a lot of Super Bowls.
And Jim McMahon did a dance. Let's be real.
What were you gonna ask, Wade?
I don't even remember.
Super Bowl shuffle.
Okay, can we get the 2 Robinson guys to come to Sayers so we have that all locked up, and then we can finish our quarterback argument?
I don't know, Drew. Drew just keeps hating on my ideas. I don't know if I want to come to his idea.
Sid's not getting on the team. I'll sit here all night.
We might have an asterisk night.
Yeah.
No, there's no asterisk. This is just ridiculous. We're not putting a 40s guy on my team when we have better options.
Would this be our first 40s guy?
Oh,
Probably. Yeah, probably.
Probably.
I mean, we put Baker on the Browns instead of Otto Graham. We're not putting Sid Luckman on.
That's fair.
Okay, Drew. I will come to McMahon from Luckman.
Right, we were abandoned.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, but
Well,
I still think Cutler's better than McMahon, but that's
I think the reason Doug swapped is because he wants to make it home tonight in a decent time.
I do have to go to work tomorrow, so.
Oh, man. This has been fun.
we haven't even done the defense yet.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my
Oh,
God!
How long are we gone, Ray?
It's about 46 minutes.
Oh, shit. All right.
Okay, yeah, let's get to
Jim
Sayers.
McMahon's in.
Yeah. Okay, you went off Robinson.
Yeah, and then Gail Sayers is in too.
All right. Yeah, let's quit fucking around. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Oh, by the way, talking about the Baker Mayfield thing, I haven't heard from Jimmy about us leaving Kosar off again. So I don't think he has listened to that episode.
Probably not, because I hope he doesn't listen to it.
Yeah,
Really.
yeah, because I feel like I would have been cussed out at my job.
He's gonna hunt us down one by one at Christmas if we listened to it before
It's
then.
gonna be like the Terminator.
I'm just going to see Jimmy sitting outside the window when I'm in class with his cane, just sitting there waiting on me to come out of class.
I want you to explain this to me, Drew. How did you get to the point of Baker Mayfield? Was he originally your idea?
Well, I thought about it, and then Ray put him on. I said, "Screw it, let's go Baker."
Yeah.
All right. Well, that is our offense for the Bears: Jim McMahon, Alshon Jeffrey, Walter Payton, Mike Ditka. What's Forte's first name? Matt Forte. Brandon Marshall and Gale Sayers. So we have a tight end, 3 running backs, a couple receivers, and a quarterback.
I almost said Will Forte, the actor, for a second.
And now we need to move to defense. Bears defense, not the Bears you might think of when playing 7-on-7. But Robert, do you have a defender for us?
I do. I guess my cornerback 1 is Charles Tillman.
Peanut.
Yep,
Yeah.
I have him as well.
Yeah,
Yep.
Yep, me too.
that's my guy.
Yep. His
So what was that, 5?
You don't have him?
No.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, here we go.
he played 12 years in Chicago. He had 36 interceptions. Yeah, and whenever I think of kind of like modern day Bears defenses, that's kind of one of the first guys that really comes to mind. He was pretty prolific when I was growing up. Had a lot of picks and
46 forced fumbles.
yeah, forced a lot of fumbles.
He's the reason we punched the ball out now.
Yeah. Peanut was awesome.
What was it, the peanut punch or something?
Yeah.
Yeah. He was awesome.
He had something like, it was like 44 forced fumbles or something like that.
Yeah, I think it's 46, which is crazy.
For a cornerback, that's a lot.
Yeah.
That's a
He has
lot.
44, yeah.
Yeah.
It's
He had
crazy.
more forced fumbles than he had interceptions.
Yeah.
I mean, he was awesome.
It was good.
Peanut Punch and the Super Bowl Shuffle. Boy, you guys got a lot of gimmicks.
All right. Well, I think that was a pretty widely believed pick there.
Like watching
So,
wrestling.
Drew, do you have another defender for us?
Yeah, I'll go ahead and get the linebacker out of the way. Give me old Urlacher.
I also have Urlacher.
I have Urlacher.
As do I.
I mean, he's the most complete all-around
Are you shitting
linebacker.
me, Ray?
What are we doing?
This is gonna get crazy again.
I mean, he's the complete all-around linebacker. Like he has like 20-plus interceptions for his career. He could cover. I think he has 1 or 2 pick sixes for his career. I wanted to put a linebacker on here just because the Bears are linebacker heavy all time. But like obviously the other two couldn't cover like Urlacher could, so that's why I put Urlacher on.
Yeah, Urlacher had he ran like a 4.4 at the combine.
I would say yeah, he could actually move and cover. So like
Yeah.
I thought it would still make sense for him to play. So
Yep, I agree with you. I really didn't try and do anything to mess around with your defense.
I didn't either. This is just how it's turning out.
All right. Well, Uncle Doug, do you have a player for us?
I do. And I went, well, I have a reason why I really like this guy, but I went with Gary Fensick. Played safety for the Bears from 76 through 87.
I have him too, Ray.
Okay.
Played strong and free safety.
2 for Gary.
Had 38 interceptions during that time period. 1 he ran back for a touchdown. 13 forced fumbles. No, take that back. 13 fumble recoveries. 1 Pro Bowl, 2 Pro Bowls, 2 All-Pros. The reason I like Gary so much is because I've actually met him. His brother went to Culver at the same time I did, and he was the speaker at our sports banquet one year.
Wow, that's cool.
Really nice guy. Graduated from Yale, super smart. He was like the quarterback of the defense.
I'll say he was on the Super Bowl team.
Yep, he was on the 85 Bears. So
All right. Well, nice addition there, Uncle Doug. Didn't know who he was, but hey, go for it. Willard, do you have a defensive player for us?
I threw on one of their current cornerbacks, Jalen Johnson.
I
Yeah.
also have Jalen Johnson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So do I.
He's
Lockdown.
really good.
He's a
That's
lockdown.
unanimous,
The
right?
lockdown corner. I
Yeah.
think the league disrespects him, honestly.
Yeah, he was. Was it last year's breakout year?
Yeah.
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 He was really good last year.
Pro Bowler,
Really
too.
good.
He's good again this year. Monday night, he only let Justin Jefferson have 1 catch for 5 yards.
Yeah.
I mean,
He's pretty nasty.
I mean, it's an upgrade as long as he's not arguing with the fan during the play.
that's
So-
the wrong guy.
That's what I said. It's an upgrade if he's
Oh.
not doing that. That's what I
Yeah.
mean. Like if he's not the one doing that, it's got to be better.
that's right.
That was like the turning point of the season too.
Haven't won a game since then. So yeah.
Have you really not?
Nope.
Oh wow!
We were
I
4
knew it went downhill after that. I didn't know it was that bad.
We were 4-2. We're like 4-10 now.
Oh
Yeah, the
man!
Hail Mary killed him.
The nice clock management on Thanksgiving.
Block field goal.
No,
Yeah, we
that was
worked
one
out.
of the worst football
healthy.
sequences of all time. I fully believe that.
That's terrible.
I can tell you guys, it's a new way every week. All my group chats text me, Drew, what's going on, my guy? We lose the game a different way every week.
You guys were like the #1 story on ESPN this morning. Everybody was talking about the Bears and how they're a failure as a franchise this morning. Like,
Oh, yeah.
I was actually surprised at how that was the #1 story in the NFL this week.
haymaker.
No, I wasn't. I'm literally repeating what they were
Oh,
saying
yeah,
this
no,
morning. Like,
yeah.
no, that was like the headline. Or are they a failure as a franchise? Like, I'm not
That's
trying to be
nuts.
mean to Drew. I'm like
No,
Greenberg
yeah.
and Foxworth and Jeff Saturday, and they had like a whole panel on there to talk about it.
Wow.
It's kind
Like
of harsh to do that already, isn't it?
Like they were like, oh, it's a failure from the bottom up, and like I had all these reasons of like how they're failing Caleb Williams and all like just, and then Greenberg was like, hey, didn't we say at the beginning of the season that this is the best situation a rookie quarterback's been in like a decade? And some of the guys were like, yeah, we were just looking at the on the field stuff. We weren't looking at the idiot coaches and the
bad O-line that no one wanted to talk about that we said we fixed. We didn't fix crap. We drafted a guy from Yale and thought he was going to be good. No. Drafted a guy from Yale in the 6th round, thought he was going to be our new left tackle.
No. Yale.
Yeah, just Yale.
Yeah, like I like seriously, like I don't even watch ESPN normally, but like I it was on when I went to work this morning, and But I was like, seriously, the Bears are the number one story in the NFL this year, or in this week, and
ESPN overreacts to everything
Oh,
so
yeah.
hard. It's
Especially
insane.
Greeny. He just
yeah,
annoys
I
me.
have no respect for you. I used to listen to Mike and Mike
Oh,
religiously.
yeah. But for the other Mike.
Yeah, but I felt like they balanced each other out well.
Yeah.
You know, but since they've made Greenberg like one of the stars now, I don't watch anything he does. Anyway, too much of a tangent there. Was that you, Wade, that just went?
Yeah. I
Yeah.
have John.
So Ray, you got another one for us?
Yeah. I went with Mike Richardson.
I have him too.
I do too.
I do too.
No,
No, sorry.
So 4 out of 6. All right.
thought about him, but no.
Let's see. He's a 2-time Super Bowl champion in Chicago. He played there 6 years. 80 out of 88 games started. 20 interceptions. 1 for a touchdown. 4 fumble recoveries. And that's it.
Yeah, he was on the 85 Bears too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought so. All right, well.
Yeah.
I got another DB for us, and I, honest to God, have no idea how Drew feels about this guy, but I thought he was good when he was there. Kyle Fuller.
I
Yeah.
have Kyle
Yeah,
Fuller.
I love Kyle Fuller. I was mad when we let him go. We didn't pay him.
Yeah.
I was mad. You know, that's bad. I was not happy.
Is that a you?
I think
Unanimous?
everybody had
I
him.
think everybody had
Yeah.
him.
No, yeah, Kyle Fuller was good.
Sweet.
I really don't even know what happened to him after he left Chicago, but he was a really good corner in Chicago for a few years there.
He went to Denver after we let him go, and then he went to Baltimore for a year, and now he's not on a roster. Hasn't been for 2 years. So I don't know. I guess it worked out for us in the long run. He hasn't done anything since he left us.
Yeah.
But I always liked Kyle. I thought he was good.
Yeah, he had like a really big 2018 where he had like
That was-
7 picks
that
and
was
like
the
20
year-
pass
The
deflections.
year we were really good.
Yeah.
Because he had like 7. I think Eddie Jackson had like 6.
Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah, Eddie Jackson. Had
It was that
yeah.
2018 year, like Khalil Mack had like all those sacks and everything. It was that year. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I have much more to say, but I thought he was a good corner to add to the team to help us with some of these
yeah.
wide receiver heavy teams.
Yeah.
All right, well, I think we're back around to Robert now. Robert, you got another guy for us?
Yeah, I went with another linebacker just because I felt like, the linebackers for the Bears were just so good. I went with Mike Singletary because I felt like he could cover a little bit more than Butkus, but we're just gonna have to play some cover one or something. Because, I don't know, but I just didn't find a whole lot of guys I liked, and I like Singletary. He had 7 picks and obviously a whole lot of tackles and a whole lot of all-pros, just he wasn't really known for his pass coverage.
Well, there we got our first Uno there.
That's all right.
It happens.
Yeah.
All right, well, Drew, you got another bear for us?
I do. It's another cornerback. I went with old Tim Jennings.
Oh, I have Tim Jennings as
I
well.
have Tim Jennings.
4 out of 6. All right.
Did you say you had?
He only played 5 years in Chicago, but 16 of his 20 career interceptions came with Chicago. He led the league 1 year with 9. He was on the opposite side of Tillman, so he was the other corner we had at the time. I feel like both sides recovered pretty well when they were both playing. This is kind of towards the end of Tillman, so both of them were kind of older at this point. But I always liked Tim Jennings. I thought he was a smaller ball hawking receiver. He was only like 5'8", but I always thought he was. He always had a knack for the ball. I felt like I don't know. I liked Tim Jennings.
I remember him a little bit.
But
I came there from the Colts.
Yeah.
All right, well, fair enough. All right, Uncle Doug. Uncle Doug, you got another defensive player for us?
I do. Donnell Wolford.
That's my last pick right there.
Same here.
yep, I've got him.
He's my last one.
How many you got left, Ray?
I've got 1, 2, 3, 4.
Is he the only one that's not done?
Yeah, that was my last one.
Really?
I'm done, yeah.
Yeah, I'm done.
Oh my God. I don't even want to name mine.
Let's talk about old.
Donnell.
Yeah.
Yeah, Donnell was corner. We need corners.
Bears got plenty of corners.
Played 8 years for the Bears. Had 32 interceptions, 3 forced fumbles, 3 fumble recoveries. Made a Pro Bowl. So, just thought he was another solid corner we could put out there.
I would say I had 5 corners, a safety, and a linebacker. So, with all these receivers, I feel like I've got a couple corners that can at least hold their own against some of these receivers. I think. I don't know. So, all right, Ray, I'm ready for your next.
All right, I'm just gonna do this speed roundish. Nathan Vasher,
Okay, I've heard Nathan Vasher. Yes, he was. I thought about him.
6 years, 19 interceptions, 2 for touchdown, 1 fumble recovery.
An all pro.
Yeah, all pro.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah. So there's a.
There's that one.
Yep.
Next one, we have McRae.
Yeah, Benny McRae.
Benny, okay.
Yeah.
Bad handwriting on that one.
He spent 9 seasons with the Bears.
1 NFL championships under his belt. 27 interceptions, 4 for touchdown. 6 fumble recoveries.
Look at you, Ray, just pulling out these old school players.
Old bastards. Okay. Next one I have is Sean Gale.
No, you lost me on this one.
Okay.
Yeah.
I remember him.
Trying to see how he spells it so I can.
SHAUN.
I was say, I can't help you here, Ray.
1 Pro Bowl, 1 Super Bowl championship.
He's on the 85 Bears.
Yeah.
11 years in Chicago. 14 interceptions, 1 for a TD, 11 for fumble recoveries, 685 combo tackles. So there's the other one.
You got what? One more?
I got one more.
Oh my.
Mark Carrier.
Yeah, again, I ain't got nothing for you,
I
Ray.
don't know that one.
All right, let me read this last bit of info off. Mark.
I'm so happy you're here, Ray.
3-time Pro Bowler, 1990 AP Defensive Rookie of the Year, 7 years in Chicago, 20 interceptions, 1 for a touchdown, 10 forced fumbles, 7 fumble recoveries, 156 solo tackles, and that ends my list.
All right.
Yeah. So do you need me to go ahead and just fix my trash real fast and we can get moving?
Yeah, you better put.
That'd be great.
Okay.
Yeah.
I figured. God. Take Vasher off.
Okay, Vasher's leaving.
Vasher's leaving.
Where you going with him?
I'll go ahead and go to Wolfer.
Oh, okay.
We'll get that cleaned up real
All
fast.
right, that puts him in.
Take off McRae here. And I'll go to Jennings.
Jennings.
Clean
one
that
more.
up.
You
That'll
can
be
put
5.
a 6 on Jennings because I'll take my Singletary off.
Okay.
I like it. I like it.
Roger that. Look at that. Getting us through here. Go 6. Take off Gale. If I can highlight. Then I'll go to, I guess I'll go to Urlacher. Clean
Probably a
that
good
up.
idea.
Yeah. And then I'll get Carrier here. My final Uno. And go to Tillman.
All right, that means we got Tillman, Urlacher, Johnson, Fuller,
Jennings.
and Wolfer all in. So we're
2,
only one
3.
short, guys.
Yeah, we got 6 in.
Looks like whoever voted for Gary needs to just jump off their ship and just swim to the other one.
We can talk about it first.
Yeah, we
Who's
can.
Gary again? I'm trying to remember.
Gary Fensick.
Oh, Gary Fencing. Okay, gotcha.
Safety for the 85 Bears.
They both were on that team.
Richardson's got 20 interceptions. Gary's got 38.
Yeah.
Uncle Doug.
Sorry.
Microphone.
I let it down to get something on the phone. And
I went with Gary just to put, and I don't know. I thought the 5 corners I have are all pretty, I mean, in their time. With the Bears, they were all asked to be number ones. Or then they left. Like Kyle Fuller, Jalen Johnson, Charles Tillman, even Jennings. I mean, and Wolfer. I mean, all of them were our number one corners at the time. So I went ahead and just put a safety on there just for variety. He was with the Bears longer. They both had the Super Bowl, so they don't differentiate there. I mean, he was there longer. Right. He has more picks. So I thought at least having some sort of a safety because I think the corners we picked were all number ones on their teams. So I don't know. I just thought mixing it up, putting a safety on there, have 5 number one corners, and then Urlacher. So that was my thought process when I did it. But
Be honest with you, I don't have a strong feeling one way or the other.
Yeah, I don't either.
Yeah, I don't either.
To be honest, I didn't know who half these guys were before we did this. I just tried to do my best.
I'll go to the other guy if that's who you want to go with. Gary's the safety?
yeah.
yeah, Gary Fensick.
I'll go to Gary.
Yeah, I'll go to Gary too.
Sure, let's Gary it up.
All right.
All right.
Nice.
So that makes our 7 Bears defensive players: Peanut Tillman, Brian Urlacher, Gary Fensick. What's Johnson's first?
Jalen.
Jalen Johnson. Oh yeah, I knew that. Kyle Fuller, Jennings,
Tim.
Tim Jennings, and what's Wolfer here?
Donnell.
Donnell Wolf. There you go. I knew them all.
Well, I tell you what,
I don't want to go to Alec. Fuller wets the bed.
that's a pretty good secondary.
Not bad. Pretty decent.
I'll put it up there with other people.
Some pretty good guys there.
Well, I will say we've gone through a string of bad defenses. I feel like we've had a lot of really bad defensive sevens we've put up here over the last couple divisions. So, I don't feel like this one is lagging behind in any way. So
I think the Bears' offense is actually a lot better than when you originally think. I mean, the quarterback.
That's what I thought. When I looked at it, I was like, dang, the Bears' offense not. But when I got to looking at them, we have enough skill guys over all the years where the offense is better than what I think we thought it was going.
Yeah.
Obviously, Jim McMahon's kind of the sore spot on the offense, but all the skill guys are either Hall of Famers or guys that were really good Pro Bowl guys. I mean, it's just better than I thought it was going to be.
I feel better about the Bears team than what I thought when we first started talking about this.
Yeah.
I was like, oh boy, it's going to be ugly, but I feel good with the team. I like
well,
it.
if nothing else,
It's not.
we did something goofy with their offense that they could make them matchup dependent because we have 3 running backs and a tight end. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it could make it so maybe matchup dependent. They could be sneakier than we thought.
I feel like you get 3 really good explosive backs like that. You can have them do all kinds of random shit out of different spots and just create.
You have 2
different
big
mismatches.
jump ball receivers.
Yeah, it's you got Ditka that can, if you throw screen passes, he can help block and he can do stuff over the middle or. Yeah.
I'm happy with the defense. I don't know. I think
Defense seems pretty solid.
they can match up well with people.
They're definitely not the worst team you guys have done so far.
No.
I would say not.
There's a few dandies.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think that wraps up our Bears 7-on-7 talk, and will bring us into MVP discussion, which I think will be short, which may be good for this episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, this isn't going to last long.
This is going to be the 1977 MVP discussion, which was won by none other than Walter Payton himself. Drew did inform us before this all started that a punter came in 5th place.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't even know how you want to.
Ray Guy of the Raiders. Holy cow. He
It
is.
is.
He was a good punter, but MVP?
I mean, that probably says something about the Raiders that year. I don't know.
And if you look at the top, 5, you got a Bear, a Dolphin, 2 Broncos, and a Raider.
And then a
Number
Bronco.
6 is another Bronco.
And then number 8's another Raider.
Yeah. That division was tough. Bob Greasy was number 2, right?
I don't think your punter and your quarterback can be both in the MVP voting.
I kind of wondered about that. Yeah.
So anyway, to get things started here, Walter Payton, in 14 games, by the way, not 16, ran for 1,852 yards and 14 touchdowns. He also caught 27 balls for 269 yards and 2 touchdowns. And he obviously won the MVP that year for the Bears. And number 2 is a Miami Dolphin of the name Bob Greasy. I mentioned him earlier, I think off air, and was laughed at by the Dolphins fan in the room. I don't get it. But he threw for 2,200 yards and 22 touchdowns and 13 picks. And he ran the ball 16 times for 30 yards.
That's horrible.
You don't have to run in 7-on-7. But,
And then number 3 was the quarterback for the Denver Broncos, Craig Morton, who threw for 1,929 yards and 14 touchdowns with 8 picks. And he ran the ball 31 times for 125 yards and 4 touchdowns. So Walter Payton ran for almost as many yards as both those guys threw.
I found the punter stats. He led the league with yards per punt, 43. That's got to be his big stat.
I
or
mean,
how many times
I'm
you
happy
pinned
for him, I guess.
Was Ray guy? Was he the one that like modernized hang time? Like he
Yeah.
would, like people freaked out when he punted it because no one had ever seen him.
Yeah.
He got the most hang time. Like
So his, I don't know how
people,
these.
like lost their minds. He was the first ever like punter that was like an actual weapon.
He had 11 pins inside the 20.
I'm pretty sure.
0 punts blocked. This is the first time we're really going over. His net yards was over 2,000. So
Maybe some guys muffed some punts too. If
Yeah,
they
I
were
don't
so
know.
high in the air.
Yeah.
he punted
He
59
He
times. So
kind
I
of
don't know.
revolutionized it.
I thought that was.
Well, I think
thought I
they
watched
drafted
some of
him pretty high. Yeah.
Let's see.
Higher than punters usually went.
And back in the
For sure.
70s, there was a lot of you won with defense and running the football, so punting was actually really important.
He was the 23rd overall pick in the 1973 draft.
Yeah, it was the first round.
Holy.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
Hey, by the way, there's a bunch of defensive players in the end of this list. None of which is Harvey Martin, who had a 20-sack season this year.
Right, and it was the defensive player of the year.
Yeah.
But Lyle Alzado, who was second or third on the defensive, got a bunch of MVP votes.
Got 8 sacks.
I don't
Wow.
understand that.
A lot of politicking.
Old Tom Jackson had 4 sacks.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Harvey Martin was a force. Not that Lyle Alzado wasn't, but 8 sacks to 20 sacks? Come on.
Yeah, crazy.
It is.
And the
I mean, a 20
quarterbacks
sack
weren't
season is
falling
crazy.
down for Harvey. So
Say what?
say the quarterbacks weren't falling down for Harvey like straight in.
Yeah.
That's blown up.
Yeah.
What-
Gas and,
Cause,
Yeah.
Well, their 30 for 30 came out.
Yeah.
And he,
Oh, did it finally release?
yeah, last Friday, yeah. They talked about it.
See, I knew they would release that preview and people were talking about it, but I didn't realize that it actually came out. Well, does anybody actually think Walter shouldn't keep his MVP? Because it seems pretty obvious to me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Pretty obvious.
can't keep it.
All right. Well, maybe a little bit of an anticlimactic MVP discussion, but we ran pretty long on Sid Luckman, so we'll let you guys have this. And thanks for tuning in for this Chicago Bears episode. And we would appreciate you tuning in next week for our the Dolphins. Yeah, the Dolphins. So that might be another doozy. The Dolphins.
We might
yes.
see old Bob next week.
Yes. And thanks for tuning in to Sports the NEMO Way.